How do I do the recording to cloud, right?
Yes, Mataji.
But I'm not getting that.
You click on more. You click on more.
It's not offering me any options. It's only saying stop live stream. That's all it's saying.
You'll see record button there, Mataji, in front of you.
Yes. So record to cloud.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our wonderful Guru Parampara. All glories to His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj. Welcome to His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj's daily call. We are so glad you are here. And today we'll be speaking on the glories of Lord Nityananda. His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj is traveling, he is unable to be with us. So I have been given this service. So I humbly seek your blessings so that I'm able to do justice to this service that has been given to me. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So thank you very much, Srimati, for helping me over here. I'm supposedly the host and giving the class, so it's a little nerve-wracking for me. But today is Nityananda Trayodashi in India at least, and I don't know, maybe in other parts of the world. So I thought we'll continue to speak on the glories of Lord Nityananda, who is our Adi Guru, our spiritual master, original spiritual master, because he teaches us through his own example and by sending us the Guru of how to serve the Lord. So who is Lord Nityananda? He is none other than Lord Balaram in Krishna Leela. He is none other than Lakshman in Ram Leela. And now in this Kali Yuga, he has accompanied Lord Chaitanya as Lord Nityananda. Nityananda's appearance is very wonderful. He is pure white as milk or as snow. Sometimes the comparison is there. And his body and his transcendental figure is so beautiful and emanates such a radiant, cooling effulgence that his lotus feet has been compared to the soothing moonshine of millions of moons. There's a very beautiful song, Nitai Pada Kamala, which we will sing a little later on by Narottam Das Thakur, where he glorifies the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda appeared in 1474 in a little village known as Ekachakra, as we heard yesterday. In the bright fortnight of the month of Magh, he appeared on the 13th day as the son of Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, Mother Padmavati. And as soon as he was born, everyone was engulfed in an ocean of love and bliss just seeing this child. And as he grew, the whole village was just in love with little Nitai, because he was always enacting the pastimes of the Lord, and all the boys playing with him would be simply absorbed along with him in enacting pastimes of Ram Leela and Krishna Leela. And he would perform them so perfectly that everyone would be amazed. They would say, how does this little boy know all the transcendental pastimes of the Lord? And then when he would reply in a very sweet but childlike way, I'm the Lord himself, they would all laugh. Say, oh, this little boy, he's saying he's the Lord, like this. Because they were covered by his illusory energy. They did not know that he's actually the Lord himself. And so like this, the whole village and all the little boys would be engulfed in an ocean of happiness simply because of the presence of little Nitai in Ekachakra Dham. And many years passed and he was now 12 years old. And then one very learned sannyasi came to their village. And as was the custom, Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati hosted him. And at the end of his stay, he was very pleased with their humble, loving service. He was very pleased with their attitude of reverence and worshipful deference to their guests, esteemed guests. And as he was leaving, and as is the custom in Vaishnava etiquette, Hadai Pandit asked him, so what can we do for you, my lord? What can we offer you? And Lakshmipati Tirtha, that was his name, he said, I'm very pleased with you. There is nothing that I want from you, but there is one person I want to take with me, and that is your son. Hadai Pandit was devastated because Nitai was the life and soul of Mother Padmavati and Hadai Pandit and the whole village. But because it was the custom and because he had given his word, very reluctantly, he offered his boy. He agreed that Nitai, not agreed, he just gave him up out of the hospitality that was due to the guest. And they both left. And Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati were just engulfed in an ocean of sorrow. And Hadai Pandit started walking after them. And they kept walking further and further and further and further. And finally, there was just a cloud of dust and he could no longer see them anymore. And he stood transfixed at that spot for 3 months, as we heard yesterday, Guru Maharaj saying, and finally gave up his life. That much separation he felt from little Nitai. And this is reminiscent of Dashrath, of how he felt when Lord Ram left and went into the forest. So there was so much separation from his son that he gave up his body. Meanwhile, Nityananda, Lord Nityananda, went to all the holy places with this sannyasi and went to many, many holy places, delivering so many people. And finally, he came to Navadvip. But before he came, Lord Chaitanya was saying, a very great personality will soon come, a very great personality will soon come. And he would go into an ecstasy of remembering Lord Nityananda. Everyone around, all the devotees would wonder, who is the Lord talking about? He's so ecstatic when talking of this personality. And then within a few days, the Lord asked Shivas Pandit and one more personality, I forget, 2 people to go and look for Lord Nityananda. So they went around very happily searching for Lord Nityananda, but they were unable to find him after searching for many, many hours the whole day. They came back and they told the Lord, we couldn't find him. And he says, of course you will not be able to find him. He is the personality of God himself. It is only by his own desire that he can be found. So we will go together and find him. And finally, they met in the home of Nandanacharya, and it was a very blissful reunion. They both looked into each other's eyes and fell into each other's arms. There were tears of ecstasy, and the 2 lords finally met. And that's how that meeting took place. And that's how afterwards, both of them began to spread the holy name all through. And Lord Chaitanya, all through India. And Lord Chaitanya requested Lord Nityananda to go to Gauradesh, that is Odisha and West Bengal, to spread the holy name. And Lord Nityananda took that order on his head and started going everywhere, spreading the holy name of the Lord. So today, I would like us to look at this very beautiful song, because who is Lord Nityananda? I'm going to share with you Nitai Pada Kamala and how beautiful this verses of these songs are, telling us about the glories of Lord Nityananda, who is the spiritual master of all the worlds, because he is Ananta Sage, he is Adi Guru, he teaches us devotional service. So everyone is ready? Everyone is ready to hear? All of you are ready to hear? I don't see anybody on except Tirtha Kirti. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So I'm going to screen share. Let's see if you can see it. And we will see this song together. We can even sing this song together if you would like. You can sing along with me. Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra Shushitala, Jita Jai Jagat Jura. Keno Nitai Vine Bhai, Radha Krishna Paite Nai, Drida Kori Dharo Nitai Pai, Drida Kori Dharo Nitai Pai. So there is many more verses. We will just sing, go along reciting it, because it's no fun singing alone. It's nice to sing together. And I cannot hear you all singing anyway. Se sambandha nahi jar, vrita janma gelo tar, se poshu golo durachar. Nitai na bolilo mukhe, majilo samsara sukhe, vidya kule ki kori beta. Ahamkara matta hoya, nitai pada pasariya, asatyera satya kori mani. Nitaye koruna habe, braje radha krishna pabe, dharo nitai charana dukhani. Nitai charana satya, tahara sevaka nitya, nitai pada sada karo asha. Narotam bado dukhi, nitai more karo sukhi, rakho ranga charanera pasha. So what is the meaning? See the words, how beautiful they are. The lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are a shelter where one will get the soothing moonlight, not only of one, but of millions of moons. If the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter of Lord Nityananda. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult for him to approach Radha Krishna. If one actually wants to enter into the dancing party of Radha Krishna, he must firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Anyone who has not established his relationship with Nityananda Prabhu is understood to have spoiled his valuable human birth. Such a human being is actually an uncontrollable animal. Because he never uttered the holy name of Nityananda, he has become merged into so-called material happiness. What can his useless education and family tradition do to help him? Being maddened after false prestige and identification with the body, one is thinking, oh, what is Nityananda? What can he do for me? I don't care. The result, he is accepting something false to be true. If you actually want to approach the association of Radha Krishna, you must first achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda. When he is merciful towards you, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Therefore, you should firmly grasp the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. The lotus feet of Nityananda are not illusion, they are a fact. One who engages in the transcendental loving service of Lord Nityananda is also transcendental. Always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. This Narottam Das is very unhappy. Therefore, I am praying to Lord Nityananda to make me happy. My dear Lord, please keep me close to your lotus feet. And then there's a very nice purport by Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada says, this is a very nice song sung by Narottam Das Thakur. He advises, Nitai Pada, the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, Kamala meaning lotus and Pada meaning feet, are a shelter where one will get soothing moonlight, not only of one, but of millions of moons. We can just imagine the aggregate total value of the soothing shine of millions of moons. In this material world, which is progressing towards hell, there is always a blazing fire, and everyone is struggling hard without finding peace. Therefore, if the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter under the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, which are cooling like the shining of the millions of moons. Jurai means relief. If one actually wants relief from the struggle of existence and actually wants to extinguish the blazing fire of material pangs, Narottam Das Thakur advises, please take shelter of Lord Nityananda. And what pleases Lord Nityananda? If we chant, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda and Haridas, Shivas Thakur go from home to home saying, please take the name of Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadhan. Which means what? Take the name of Krishna, speak of Krishna, teach people about Krishna. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is the treasure of your life. Nadiya Guru Nityananda Mahaja Patya Naam Mataji Karam Shadavanja. I'll see if I can pull that up for you. Nadiya Godru mein Nityananda Mahajan Pati Ache Naam Hatta Jivera Karan. He's freely distributing this love. He has broken open the stores of love of God and he's inundating the whole world with this Krishna Prem. And the price for getting this is faith. You pay the faith, you pay the price of faith, And Lord Nityananda is very happy and he awards you the holy name. That's all he's asking. Please have faith. And he's saying, I will give you this treasure of Lord Gauranga. I will give you the treasure of the holy name. You just have faith in this process. So here, see, what will be the result of accepting the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda? Heno Nitai Vinay Bhai. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, Radha Krishna Paite Nai. It will be very difficult for him to approach Radha Krishna. Therefore, the aim of this Krishna consciousness movement is to enable us to approach Radha Krishna and associate with the Supreme Lord in his sublime leisure dance. So therefore, we must make this connection. Se sambandha nahi jai, Vrita Janma Gelota. That means if one does not make connection with Lord Nityananda, his whole human life is spoiled. Is nothing but an animal. Oshu Baro Durachar. Useless human form of life is just become useless because he has not connected with Lord Nityananda. And why? Lord Nityananda is very merciful. He delivered even Jaga and Madhai. We know that pastime of Jaga and Madhai, but I will speak a little bit about that after we finish with this. So, stay Pashu Bada Durachar. Without elevation to Krishna consciousness through the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, life is simply spoiled in the animal propensities of sense gratification. Narottam Das says that ordinary animals can be tamed, but when a human being is animalistic or having only animal propensities, he is most horrible, for he cannot be tamed. So therefore, the higher intelligence that one is awarded in the human form of life must be used to reawaken a loving connection with God, Krishna. So if you don't know who is Lord Nityananda and who is Lord Chaitanya, you are very unfortunate. But the devotees of the Lord are very merciful. That's why all over the world, they are taking to the streets and chanting loudly, singing loudly, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and bringing great happiness, not just to humans, but to all the living entities, the trees, the birds, the bees, the insects, the reptiles, the ants, every creature that hears the holy name is benefited. It is not just meant for human beings, it is meant for the entire creation. The Lord has incarnated in the form of his holy names just to bring everyone back to his holy abode, the spiritual world, the kingdom of God, Golok Vrindavan. Krishna has only one program, how to bring everybody back to him. Come back to me. That's all he says. Come back to me. Like a loving father who wants the best for his children. He simply wants the living entity who's tossing and turning in the waves of material existence, who's tormented by material desires, material attachments, material pangs, material hankering, material lamentation. He just wants that living entity to be lifted up and brought back to his lotus feet. And we can get the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga only when we receive the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And we receive the mercy of Lord Nityananda by pleasing our spiritual master, who is an embodiment of the mercy of Lord Nityananda. In fact, Lord Nityananda is simply intoxicated with love of God. He's completely merged in an ocean of bliss. Nitya Ananda. Nitya means eternal, Ananda means blissful. He's eternally blissful. And so by being engaged under his command, under the mercy of the spiritual master's orders, when we get engaged in the merciful, blissful pastimes of the Lord, hearing Krishna Katha, chanting the holy names, engaging in his loving service, we also become merged in an ocean of bliss. So therefore, that beautiful song is there. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Daya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Karo Toma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagata Samsare Patita Pavana Hitu Tava Pata Musama Patita Prabhu Napani Bena What is the meaning of this? The living soul, the Jiva entity who is conditioned, who is suffering in this material world, is calling out to Lord Chaitanya and saying, hey, Shri Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya upon me, have pity on me, have mercy on me. Who is more merciful than you? Tama bina ke dayalu jagata samsare. In all creation, who is more merciful than you? You have taken birth, you have incarnated just to deliver the fallen soul. More fallen than me. Who is a more deserving? No, not deserving. Who is more needy of your mercy? Who is more desperate for your mercy than me? Mosama patita Prabhu na paibe ara. You will not find anyone more fallen than me, my Lord. You have taken birth to deliver the fallen soul. So please have mercy on me. Then the second two lines I addressed to Lord Nityananda. It says, Mosama patita Prabhu na paibe ara. Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda. Premananda Sukhi. Kripa karo. Kripa. Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda. Premananda Sukhi. Kripa Balokana Karo. Ami Baro Dukhi. Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda. Premananda Sukhi. You're simply lost in an ocean of bliss, of Krishna Prem. Premananda Sukhi. Kripa Balo Kana Prabhu Ami Baro Dukhi. Have pity on me, have mercy on me. I'm very unhappy. I'm just drowning in an ocean of worldly sorrows. Please, my dear Lord Nityananda, have pity on me. So Narottam Das is advising, Dharo Nitai Charana Dukhani. So if you want to approach Radha Krishna, and if you want to approach Lord Gauranga, you have to get the mercy of Nityananda and must firmly catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. What is the meaning of firmly catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda? We cannot directly catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. We must firmly grab the lotus feet of our spiritual master, because he is the embodiment of the mercy of Lord Nityananda, and faithfully, respectfully, regularly carry out all the activities as ordered by the spiritual master, so that we can slowly begin to make progress in our spiritual life, in our journey back home, back to Krishna. So now I would like to read something from Nityananda Charitamrita, where the pastime of Madhai and Jagai and Madhai is being very nicely described. Let me see if I can share the screen. I don't know whether this share screen will be possible. Let's see.
Mataji, you are sharing the screen, Mataji, already.
Okay, very good, very good. So maybe I'll increase the font so everybody can see clearly. The two drunkards, Jagai and Madhai, wandered all over Navadvip. One day, they came to the place, the bathing ghat of the Ganges, where Lord Gauranga usually took bath. By providence, the drunkards also made their camp at that ghat. During the day, they would wander around Navadvip, searching for their prey. All the people, including the highly respectable, rich and famous, became very much afraid of them. After dusk, no one dared to go to the Ganga to take bath. If someone went at all, he would go with a group of 10 or 20 people. At night, the two drunkards stayed nearby the Lord's house and thus remained awake all night, hearing the sounds of kirtan. When the mridangas and kartals sounded during kirtan, the two drunkards would happily dance. They could hear the kirtan from afar. As soon as they heard the sacred sounds of kirtan, they would dance and drink more wine. Whenever kirtan began, they quickly get up and dance. Wine so much bewildered them that they did not know anything, where they were before or where they would be after. Whenever Jagai and Madhai met the Lord, they would say, Nimai Pandit, did you finish singing your prayers to Goddess Durga? Actually, you all sing very well. We want to see and hear you sing. We'll give you everything that we gather during the day. The Lord, however, always stayed aloof from them, knowing them to be most sinful. Everyone avoided them in the same way. One day after traveling around Nadia, Nityananda Prabhu was returning home in the evening. Suddenly, the two brothers caught him. Jagai and Madhai screamed, "Who is this? Who are you?" Nityananda Prabhu replied, "I am going to Lord Gauranga's house." Drunk as usual, they asked Nityananda, "What's your name?" Nityananda replied, "My name is Avadhu." Absorbed in childhood mood, Lord Nityananda thus started to talk with the two drunkards out of his sweet pastimes. He had already decided to deliver these two fallen souls. He thus purposely came to their place that night. Hearing the name Avadut, Madhai became extremely angry. He picked up his pitcher and hit Lord Nityananda on the head. As the pitcher hit Lord Nityananda's head, it cut him and he started bleeding. Nityananda Prabhu simply remembered Govinda. Seeing Lord Nityananda's bleeding head, Jagai became compassionate. He forbade Badhai from hitting the Lord again. Jagai said, "Why did you do such a cruel thing? What will you gain by killing a beggar? Leave him, leave him. It's no good to kill a sannyasi." People quickly went and told Lord Gauranga. The Lord instantly rushed to the spot with his associates. Blood was flowing from Lord Nityananda's head. Still, he simply smiled, standing between the two sinners. Seeing the blood on Nityananda Prabhu's head, Lord Gauranga went into trance and began to invoke his Sudarshan Chakra. The Sudarshan Chakra instantly appeared, and Jagai and Madhai personally saw it. All the devotees became perplexed. In the meantime, Lord Nityananda quickly began to persuade the Lord. He said, "Oh Lord, when Madhai tried to hit me, this Jagai saved me. Just by chance, blood came out. I'm not at all disturbed. Oh Lord, I beg you, please give me these two bodies in arms. Please be calm, for I have no distress." As soon as Lord Gauranga heard that Jagai actually saved Nityananda Prabhu, he became pleased and embraced Jagai. He said to Jagai, "May Krishna be merciful to you. You have purchased me by saving Nityananda. As for any boon you desire, from today you will achieve loving devotional service." When the Vaishnavas heard the Lord's benediction, they jubilantly chanted, "All glories to Lord Hari." As soon as the Lord gave pure devotional service to Jagai, he fell senseless to the ground. Lord said, "Jagai, please get up and look at me. I have indeed awarded you love and devotion." Then Jagai saw the beautiful four-headed form of Vishwambar. Holding a conch disc club and a lotus. Seeing this form, Jagai again fell senseless. Gauranga then placed his lotus feet on his chest. He obtained the wealth of the Lord's lotus feet, which are the life and soul of Lakshmi. Jagai caught hold of those invaluable jewels on his chest. Holding the Lord's lotus feet, Jagai began to cry. Such is the wonderful pastime of Sri Gauranga. Jagai and Madhai were one, but they had appeared in two different bodies. Their sins and piety were also one. As the Lord bestowed mercy on Jagai, Madhai's heart became purified and changed. In a moment, he took hold of the Lord's cloth, and with folded hands, he fell at Lord Gauranga's feet. He appealed to the Lord, "O Lord, both Jagai and Madhai committed sins together. Why then do you discriminate, giving your mercy? Please be merciful to me, and I'll surely chant your holy names. There's no one else in the world who can save me." The Lord said, "I see no hope for your salvation. You dared to cut Nityananda's body and make it bleed." Madhai replied, "Oh Lord, don't say that. Why do you give up your own merciful nature? When the demon shot arrows at you, why did you still give them your lotus feet?" The Lord said, "Your offense is much more grave since you made Nityananda bleed. Actually, Nityananda is far greater than I am. I make this firm truth known to you." Madhai said, "Oh Lord, if indeed you have told me the truth, then please tell me, how will I be saved? You are the crest jewel among doctors, expert in curing all diseases. Therefore, only if you cure me will my disease be cured. Oh Lord of the universe, please don't cheat me. I know who you are. How can you hide yourself?" The Lord said, "You committed a grave offense at the feet of Nityananda. Now fall at his lotus feet and beg for pardon." Ordered by the Lord, Madhai at once caught hold of the invaluable wealth of Lord Nityananda's lotus feet, which are well known to Revati. Vishwambar said to Nityananda, "Listen, Nityananda, it is proper that if someone falls at your lotus feet, you should be merciful to him. Since he made you bleed, only you can forgive him. Now he has surrendered unto you." Nityananda said, "Oh Lord, what can I say? You can bestow mercy to anyone, even to a tree. If I have any piety amassed from previous birth, I'm giving it all to Madhai. I'm telling you the truth. I don't care for the offenses he's done to me. Oh Lord, please remove your illusory energy and be merciful. This Madhai belongs to you." Vishwambar then said, If indeed you have forgiven all his offenses, then please embrace him so his life will be successful. Just imagine, huh? Instructed by the Lord, Nityananda Prabhu tightly embraced Madhai. All his material bondage and mass of sins were destroyed. Nityananda Prabhu entered the body of Madhai, and just Madhai became fully equipped with all the energies of the Lord. Thus both Jagai and Madhai were delivered. Hari Bol! They then offered prayers at the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga and Nityananda Prabhu. He then commanded them, sin no more. Jagai and Madhai replied, dear father, no more, not again. The Lord then continued, listen, both of you, I have indeed saved you from all your sinful reactions. If you do not sin again, then I'll destroy all your sinful reactions from millions of births. This is my responsibility. I'll eat offerings through your mouths and incarnate through your bodies. Hearing these words from the Lord, both Jagai and Madhai fell unconscious on the ground in ecstasy. The illusions thus removed, they floated in the ocean of happiness. So then we all know how pure the Vaishnavas became. These two brothers who were so sinful, they became the best of the Vaishnavas. They would offer obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. In fact, they constructed a bathing ghat on the instruction of the Lord, where they were simply offering service to the Vaishnavas, offering pranams and prostrated obeisances, all the while atoning for their sins by taking a very humble service attitude and by glorifying the Vaishnavas, worshipping the Vaishnavas. They themselves became exemplary Vaishnavas. And this is happening even today. Even today, the Lord is mercifully delivering all the Jagais and Madhais of this world, because how sinful we are in this age of Kali with all kinds of abominable habits and heaps of sinful reactions of many millions of lifetimes. And mercifully, the Lord gives us this holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and delivers us from the mire of material existence and puts us on the path back home, back to Godhead. So this is our merciful Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, the two most merciful Lords. Nitai Padakamala is a famous song. Then Nadia Budrume Nityananda Mahajan. There's another very beautiful song glorifying both Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda as the most merciful form of the Lord, and how they have come to deliver everyone, and how they are Parama Karuna Avatar. That means the most merciful incarnation. Parama Karuna Bahudui Jana Nitai Sava Sarashiromani Kevada Kevada Sudrida Vishwasa. The meaning of this is Jana. See, these two transcendental brothers, they are the topmost merciful incarnations. Bahudui Jana and Nitai Gaurachandra. Who are they? Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya. Nitai Gaurachandra, Sabha Avatara Sara Shiromani, crest jewel of all incarnations. Sara Shiromani, Kevala Ananda Kanda, they're simply blissful. They're completely blissful, joyful, and they're distributing their mercy in the form of these holy names. So Sudrida Vishwasa Kori, that means have very firm faith in Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda and make your life successful. Chant and be happy. Haribol. So thank you for listening very, very patiently to my little presentation. Hope it was beneficial. And we will now open up for questions and comments, realizations, corrections also. Yes, Prabhu, Shilpesh Prabhu, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Hare Krishna Mataji. Lovely, lovely class. I'm so happy to have heard you speak today. It's the first time I've heard you. And it's made my day because I couldn't get to the temple today for the celebration. So this has really made my day listening to this class and understand more about Lord Nityananda. So, you know, we say that Lord Nityananda is the most compassionate. He's the incarnate of compassion. And if I've understood correctly, to get his lotus feet, he just wants us to chant the holy name. There's no other way to approach him. Is that correct?
Yes, and of course, maintain the 4 regulative principles and follow the instructions of the spiritual master.
So that's how we attain him, by following like Srila Prabhupada's instructions. And if you have a spiritual master, your own spiritual master, that's how to grab hold of those lotus feet of his.
Yes, yes, yes. And we gain that faith and we gain that strength to grab hold of the lotus feet when we stay in the association of devotees. You know, Sadhu Sangha gives us a lot of spiritual strength, which is very difficult on our own. Of course, we may have a lot of pious credits. Maybe you have a lot of pious credits of previous lifetime. But for most of us, it is very difficult to be having so much faith if we are not in the association of devotees. Therefore, association of like this, Sadhu Sangha, coming together, hearing the glories, chanting the glories of the Lord is very important to keep our faith alive and strong. Yes. Thank you. Wish you a very auspicious and a very blissful Nityananda Trayodashi and the start of many, many blissful Nityananda Trayodashi.
Thank you, Mataji. Most appreciated.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Haribol. So anyone else has any questions, comments?
Yes, sir. Hare Krishna, Sridevi Mataji. All, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to His Holiness Chandramouli Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. You know, I am wondering, like a normal life, when I hear on Nityananda Trayodasi, the importance of Nityananda Prabhu, then I do understand how important, but in a routine, when we go and worship, we straight go to Mahaprabhu, and it's a natural process. How can we change that from the heart? Okay, we should approach Nityananda Prabhu first and pray Nityananda Prabhu and then go to Mahaprabhu.
Well, Lord Chaitanya himself says that, you know, whoever worships me without worshipping Lord Nityananda, I don't accept him as a devotee. So simply by hearing and by reading and by getting this knowledge, we understand that they are worshipped together, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. And Lord Nityananda is to be worshipped first, as you said, because without Guru, we don't get God. First, we need the Guru's mercy, and then only we can't directly get Krishna, you know. So we have to approach through the Guru, in this case, Lord Nityananda. So when we hear, when we read, and when we gain the knowledge, then we understand that by approaching Lord Nityananda only, we will get Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Otherwise, it is not possible. Okay. So in your there is nothing wrong if Lord Gauranga is your Ishtadev and you automatically think of Lord Mahaprabhu in your heart. No problem. Also, Nityananda next to him. That's all. Both together.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
I will try to like keep reminding myself from now. I think because I went to the temple and I had from the Prabhupada's disciples so many conversations about Nityananda Prabhu, but again from like after a few days, again go back to the normal. But no, thank you so much. I will keep in the mind and please pray for me so I do understand the right way.
You also please pray for me. So I also understand.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, we all tend to forget. No, you should not displace your Ishtadev is Mahaprabhu. That's wonderful. That's very good. Wonderful. Only thing, now you place Lord Nityananda also there because they are together. In fact, Lord Chaitanya likes it. When we worship Lord Nityananda, he becomes very pleased and he gives his mercy. So by worshipping Lord Nityananda, we will get Lord Chaitanya. So they both go together.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Vaishnavi Namo Namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai.
Yeah. Wishing you very happy, very blissful, very auspicious, very joyful Nityananda Trayodashi. So we have so many people online. We have Kirti Mataji, who is greatly loves Lord Nityananda, who is practically a resident of Chakra Dham in her heart. Kirti Mataji, would you like to say something? She loves Lord Nityananda so much. In fact, she had just a murti of Lord Nityananda, and she was worshipping only Lord Nityananda. And then finally, Guru Maharaj said that Lord Nityananda wants Lord Chaitanya along with him. So she got finally Chaitanya and Lord Gauranga and Lord Nityananda, and now she worships them together. But she really loves Lord Nityananda. She really loves Lord Nityananda. In fact, she loves Lord Nityananda so much, she had taken up residence in Ekachakra Dham. Every year she would spend several months, and she became practically resident of the village. The village people loved her so much. They made a special room for her so that she could just stay there and worship the Lord. She endeared herself to all the residents of Ekachakra with her worship of Lord Nityananda. She loves Lord Nityananda. Kirti Mataji, can you hear me? I doubt whether she can hear me. I can see her though. So we have so many wonderful devotees. Rajamandal, Prabhu, you're driving your car. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev. You're practically born in the movement. You have seen many I said you're practically born in the movement. You have seen many Nityananda Trayodashis. Surely you can shower your mercy on us by sharing some realizations.
That's a very good question, but I think you mentioned it in the class today, that the crest jewel of obtaining your spiritual life is actually the service of the Vaishnavas, which Nityananda Mahaprabhu taught us. But not just the service of the Vaishnavas, but sometimes what happens to the devotees is when we serve in the Vaishnavas, we become puffed up. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, this is so good, this is so, did you see how I served this Vaishnava? Or did you see how I served that Mataji? Very nice, isn't it? So then what happens? We become puffed up. So the way to serve the Vaishnavas is sometimes when they do not know. So when they do not know you are serving them, that is a really key way of serving them. Why? Because they do not know. Then what happens? You're puffed, your mood is in check.
Very nice observation, beautiful observation, that how we should encourage ourselves not to try to get the limelight, but try to serve humbly in the background, knowing that we are simply doing all this to please Mahaprabhu, to please our Guru, and not for name, fame, adoration, profit, distinction. Yeah. And then that way we will remain humble and not try to get something for ourselves.
This is actually, this becomes rotten. When we have that mood, then everything becomes rotten and it spoils our progress. Yeah. So it is always wise to keep that under check. As Srila Prabhupada mentions very nicely, don't become puffed up. Control your mood. You're dealing with Krishna. Be very careful.
Wonderful words. Wonderful word. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Yes. Don't become puffed up. Remember, you're dealing with Krishna. Be very careful. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing.
To finish on a light-hearted note, there was a class when I was listening many years ago on Nityananda Triyodashi, and I cannot remember the speaker, but he was saying that when Nityananda was a child, his eyes were of a baby deer's eyes. They looked like a baby deer's eyes. How sweet.
Yeah. So beautiful, isn't it?
How sweet. Yeah, I love that. Yes. I love that. That stayed with me for years. I love that.
Yeah, you can just meditate on that all the time. Beautiful eyes like a deer. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavad.
Dandavad Pranam. So we have Madan Gopal Prabhu, we have Jai Shri, we have Madhavananda, we have Soumyadati, we have Scarlet Mataji, we have Bhadra's iPhone, I don't know who that is, Vishwapavani, we have Valentina, we have Susanna, we have Alka, Rajamandal Prabhu, Shilpesh Prabhu, and Tita Kirti. Hare Krishna Mataji. Bhadra, is that your name? You're on mute. I cannot hear what
Yes,
you're saying.
Mataji. Yes, Bhadra is my name, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Really beautiful class.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All
Please
glories to-
accept my
all
please
glories to-
accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your wonderful service to your Guru Maharaj. All glories to all the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna.
I always think how kind all of you Vaishnavas are, that fallen and weak and inadequate as I am. All of you are constantly, trying to encourage me by only seeing the good in me, only saying nice things and leaving aside all the faults and deficiencies. So I'm very grateful to all of you for your kindness to me. Thank you so much. Somebody can find so many faults. I'm very sure that there are lots of holes and I could do 100 times better. But somehow all of you are very merciful. Hare Krishna.
I am cooking. I am cooking and listening. Yeah, for Nityananda.
Okay.
Making chocolate, carob chocolate. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for nice lecture. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to. Haribol.
Haribol. Thank you.
But Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Can I ask another question? I wanted to ask, like, between Balaram, Lakshman, and Nityananda, are there differences in qualities in each incarnation?
Yeah, that is the mood and the flavor of the service differs, because you see in Ram Leela, very nice question. You asked a very nice question. In Ram Leela, the Lord came as the younger brother of Ram. He came as Lakshman. And as Lakshman, he had to carry out all his elder brother commands, because Lord Ram was the elder brother. He had to listen. Whatever Lord Ram said, he had to do, the Agni Pariksha of Sita, go and leave her in the forest, go and do this, do that. And Lakshman, was just so devastated when he had to do all that, take Mother Sita to the forest, leave her over there, arrange for the firewood for the Agni Pariksha and all those things. It was very, very difficult. And so he made a vow. He said, I'm not coming as your younger brother. Next time I'm coming as your elder brother. So that you cannot tell me to do all these things. So the next time he came as Lord Balaram. Of course, the Lord continues his loving servitorship mood. Lord Nityananda is servitor Godhead. He's only in the mood of service to Lord Chaitanya. Again, as Balaram, he's only trying to serve and please Krishna like that. But now he's the elder brother. So he gets to tell Krishna what to do. No, don't go there. No, I'm your elder brother. I have to protect you. So he gets to boss him around a little bit. Transcendental bossing. Not real bossing. Because ultimately Krishna's word prevails. And then in this incarnation, again, he's elder to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya was 20 years old. And Lord Nityananda was already 32 years old when they met in the home of Nandanacharya. So he's 12 years older to Lord Gauranga. So again, he comes as the big brother because he doesn't want to be told to do things that, are very, very painful actually. So his mood is different.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Very nice question. So it looks like nobody has any questions. Usually Scarlet Mataji is always full of questions, but today she's being very silent. Maybe she's saving them up for Guru Maharaj. Is that so, Scarlet Mataji? And then, okay, if there are no more questions or no more reflections or realizations or corrections, with your kind permission, shall we end the call? Is that okay with everyone? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
So wish you all a very blissful, very auspicious, very wonderful, very enlightening, very enthusing Nityananda Trayodashi. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Okay. I will now stop the recording.